Hi there, I'm Hydrus, and today's going to be part 4 of the LSW1 80% beginner tutorial. We're going to be covering the defense of Kashyyyk today, and it's a pretty long stage without glitches, and the glitches that you can do are fairly hard, so I'm only going to be covering one of them, but when you're done with Grievous, same thing that you've always been doing. Okay, so immediately, since you're probably controlling player 1 when you're doing solo, you're going to be playing as Yoda, and Yoda has an entirely different moveset, and the way you execute his jump slash is different, but I will be covering that after this room. So you can just walk around like this, and this is basically when he has his lightsaber sheathed. He's really slow, and what you want to do is just do a double jump, and then force these two things. Don't go into the car. You just want to double jump all the way to this room. One thing I will cover, though, is that Yoda is one of those characters where you initiate his double jump by just using the control stick and then pressing A. So you see how I'm just tilting the analog stick right now, and I'm getting like a pretty hefty jump. And then when I add A, I can do like a delay double jump. I can do a quick one like this. It doesn't really matter which one you do. They both have a ton of speed, and he's definitely one of the fastest moving characters when you do any percent. In free play, it's a bit different, but the other thing is that to initiate his jump slash, you don't do A then B. Otherwise, you'll do like that, which is really, really slow. You want to do this. This is kind of his jump slash. And this is what you'll mainly be doing to, like, do one hit of damage to enemies. And then he has a jump stab, obviously. The last thing I will cover is that when you are trying to quickly reposition with Yoda, you just want to do, like, a quick flick of the analog stick in the direction that you want to go, like this. This is going to help in the first part of this room, so just keep that in mind. So when you get here, there's going to be a giant group of clone troopers sent to kill the Jedi, and you want to rotate the stick top right like this. Don't buffer during the cutscene or else you'll get shot. Sometimes you might get shot, but it's a bit random. Then you want to switch to Chewie, start from the bottom, then go to the top. Sometimes there might be a guy behind you, other times there won't. It's kind of random whether that enemy will be deloaded or not, so if he's there, just quickly switch to Chewie and kill him, and then do a delayed double jump about here-ish. This position is good because you can force both of these from the same position. Then you want double jump spam into this cutscene trigger. Get as far as you can. This will make the group of clone troopers spawn faster. And as you see there, there's a clone trooper, and you just want to do like a quick auto jump back, switch to Chewie, and then try to kill all these guys before you go up here. That's fine. Sometimes that'll happen. You might have to get up there. Jump across. Doesn't matter which side you start with first. I like to get the guy with the most health first, just to get it out of the way. Switch to Yoda, pull out his lightsaber. Make sure you're not in the car. Don't kill these guys. If there's an enemy here, kill him. Do a jump stab, then a jump slash. So, bam. Jump slash. Position yourself for the force, then you're going to take your second controller, dropping Chewie. Drop out Yoda, and then you're going to be using controller 2. Then this strat's pretty cool. You want to do 2 jump shots to the right to kill the armored one, and then you want to do another jump shot on the left to kill the weaker one, and then you switch to Yoda, kind of like this. Oh. If you miss him, it's fine. You can just do a jump slash. Doesn't matter too much. The main thing is you want to be using Yoda as much as possible. And what I like to do for this... What was I doing there? I just like to chain single jumps and then position myself on the button. Because if you're not fully on the button, the AI won't cooperate. And it won't lower the bridge. And that's this part without any glitches. If you watch the world record for this game, you'll notice that they do a trick called Kashyyyk double yoda fly, which basically skips those 2 sections that I showed you. I would not recommend that as a beginner because you have to be fundamentally competent in yoda flying, and it's essentially keeping a yoda fly for about a minute straight. I might make a separate tutorial for it, but in this beginner tutorial, I will not be covering it, so just a heads up. Then when you're on this beach, just double jump spam, you know, across the beach. I like to take this line. I feel like it's the most optimal. Less of a chance to get shot by that guy as well. Not being able to go over any bombs. When you're about at this rock, start forcing, and then switch to player 1. Go up here, drop out player 2. I like to get one of the switches from here just to be safe, and then spam B, and then hold left. Switch to Yoda. Kind of the same thing. You jump out of your car just to get that initial burst of speed. And then just double jump spam into the door. So now, there's 2 different ways to do this final room. I'll be showing the beginner method, which I feel like most people should be doing, but I'll also show the harder out of bounds method with Yoda. But as a beginner, you want to just do a auto jump and switch to one of the Wookiees. Well, actually, you don't even have to do an auto jump. You can just press Y, and the Wookiee should be right next to you. It doesn't really matter which one you use. And then kind of keep a tight line around these corridors. Spam B and kill all the enemies. If you don't, it can make navigating this next part kind of a pain because you have to shoot down a walker. Start a jump shot, and then just spam B. When you're done killing him, try to position on the right here. Get this first one on the right. If you force for the boulder, it's fine, and then force the one in the middle. This ensures that the Wookiees can actually get up there. So. You can actually jump, like, right here. That can give you enough height. There's 2 different methods to force this staircase. You can either do it immediately from the right, or you can force it while you're on top of the staircase, which will give you a small boost and make it slightly easier to hit the button. And that can be kind of annoying with Yoda's jumping mechanics. Personally, I think this is pretty easy. Let's pull out my lightsaber first. Plus, if there's a boulder on cycle, if you try to force it from either the right or left, you'll force the boulder first, which wastes a little bit of time, so this is a bit more consistent and fast. So choose whatever you want. Do a delayed double jump. And it's kind of like that. I stole that from Callisto, shouts to him. Stay on the button to make sure the Wookiee goes to the other gate button. Kind of stay to the left side here. If you die, it's fine. You can get a boost from that rock there. Doesn't really help though, because I feel like you're more vulnerable. Do a jump stab to kill this first group of enemies, and then do a delayed double jump back. Like so. I got pretty good RNG there. Ah, it sucks. And then your goal is you want to take these, I don't even know what to call them, like pillars. You want to take these pillars 2 at a time. So you want to shoot the first 2, kill like one group of enemies, and then shoot the last 2. With this strategy, you're kind of waiting for the pillar to light up, and then you shoot it. So hit the right one, hit the left. Kind of like that. That was a little bit scuffed, but... And then you just force the... Then you force the pod as Yoda. Pretty easy lemon squeezy. What if you want to try the hard out of bounds strat? Well, I'm going to show you. So basically, this will be the first instance of Yoda flying you do in the run if you don't do KDYF. Well, it's not really Yoda flying, it's just Yoda flying out of bounds. And we're going to be skipping that entire section that I just showed you by Yoda flying underground, and then doing the entire final room as Yoda. And how you do this is... By the way, the strat only saves 15 seconds because doing the final room as Yoda is very, very slow. But basically what you want to do is you want to sheathe Yoda's lightsaber, switch to a Wookiee, push him past the transition, so the brown line here on the wall, or the brown bark. It's kind of hard to switch to Yoda. And then now you're behind the transition, and you want to jump top left, fall a tiny bit, spam A, but don't spam it too much, otherwise you'll pop back in bounds. And near the top of the surface, you want to press B to like keep a slash. So you do A to keep afloat, B to cancel your vertical momentum, and then you keep doing that pretty much until you pop into the final room. So, like so. And you want to fall just enough, because if you jump too early, you'll actually reload the previous room, so try not to do that. If you keep to the surface, you can also save a little bit of time. So this part coming up the cliff is can be a bit inconsistent, but basically, when your player icon is right about to go into the cliff, so now, you just want to press A and hold forward. And you should be getting it most of the time. Don't pop up there, as if you pop up too early, all the enemies will get aggroed, and they'll start shooting you, pretty much. But you want to pop up above the ground when you get to this group of de-aggroed droids. So like this, do a delayed double jump, stand out here, force this one. If you don't get both of them from the bottom, that's fine too. You want to get the jump stab to kill the pillar and kill that first group of clone droids there. Clone troopers. I didn't really get it there because I was out of position, but it makes this next part a lot easier, because another thing I didn't mention is that if you're too slow at killing the enemies, you will probably be on cycle to get the next group of enemies, which spawns like 30 seconds later and loses a ton of time, so that's weird. Didn't get that. Do a jump stab and damage both of these armored enemies, and then do 2 jump slashes. Go the middle here. Force the one on the right, and then the one on the left. And then do 2 jump slashes, and then you're done. I'm gonna do that final room a bit more optimally, just to kind of show a better example. Okay, next episode we're going to cover a really short level that involves no 1P2C, that is Ruin. I hope to see you there, and talk to you later. Bye.